to him. Got it. Hit him. Hit him. Bobby?
Yeah.
Those reflexes of yours, cat-like. Hey guys, Captain CA here, and welcome back to FlatsClass YouTube. I'm getting over a cold that I contracted there at ICAST, and it's been 20 days and I still can't shake it because I've been working my tail off out here for my friends, for family, for business partners of the channel, and naturally some longtime clients like Bobby and Jared that you just saw. Everyone's goal? To get in my 40-inch club. That's right. When you come out here and fish the delta around Venice, Louisiana, the whole goal is to sight fish these monster fish in super shallow ponds. Now to do that, you've got to set your tackle up just right, because you lose an awful lot of them to the grass, where the fish attack the bait and then they just run up underneath the grass, and then you're sitting there not only fighting the fish itself, which happens to weigh close to 30 pounds and it's running over there, but you're also fighting the grass, which is pinning your line down to the bottom, puts a lot of pressure on these fish, and they generally open the hook or they just break off. But I do have a remedy for that, and Bobby, who just joined the 40-inch club, well, he kind of displayed exactly how it has to be done. So without further ado, I'll let you go catch all the action, and then I'll be back here to describe the whole setup. Got it.
Oh yeah, I mean, fuck, you want me to jump in and get it on?
Right there. Sometimes that little bit of, it's okay, Tony. He's pretty much stalled on that rod and reel combo. Can't do a whole lot. He had the one big run in. And he's got the weight of the boat and the weight of all that drag on that reel. Pretty good sized fish. Not a bad recovery on this one. Go ahead and put the boat down. There we go. Peel away the layers, fellas. Big one coming on board.
He's too short.
Yes.
Ah! We'll have to throw him back.
We throw them all back.
We throw him all back.
That's right, we throw them.
It'll be easier for him to go through the camera roll and bunch of pictures.
Little comedic relief going on here. Cool place. He'll finally just get going and he'll want to swim out of your hand. Well done. All right, well, the action was pretty incredible over 2-3 days with both Bobby and Jared. In fact, they're one of my favorite groups to come out here because they have so much fun as fishing buddies. A lot of fish that they caught were in that 32 to, I'm gonna say, 36-inch class. Bobby had a close to 40 one day, but Jared would not give it to him. It was like an eighth short. So Bobby getting a 40-incher on the last day, that 40.5, really bolstered his ego there at the end. But let's talk a little bit about the setup that works best if you can bring it out here. Now, we throw a lot of spinning gear out here because not every one of the clients or the partners are adept at using casting gear. But I will tell you, you will be at a significant advantage if you practice just these small little pitches with casting gear, just because you can use much heavier braid. You can have a lighter outfit, really, and you can be much more accurate. So the rod that we're using here is a 7'6", because that's the one that gives you the nicest swing. Here is the numbers on it right there. Okay, so check that out. This is 7'6" heavy. You'll also notice that it's a 1/2 to 2 ounces. So I use this rod from Fitzgerald to throw swim baits a ton. That's what I like to use this rod for. But for the pitching that you do here, the close quarter pitching where you can be real accurate, and you've got, I mean, this thing is a stick. If I can grab, I'll step back here. You can see this thing. It's got some spine, it's got some backbone. Very, very well put together. So now I mated that up. This is the new 200 series goat from Baits Fishing. This is their SWM. They call it their swim bait reel. For me, it's got that big 120 millimeter machined handle. It offers 18 pounds of drag, but when I tell you they did that so that you would be impressed that it does more than 18 pounds of drag, when you lock this down, I mean, you've got at least 20, 21, maybe 22 pounds of drag. Solid reel. They make some really good stuff cut from one-piece block aircraft style aluminum. I think it's 6061-T6 bar stock aluminum. Same stuff that all the high-end fly reels are made out of. It is a real piece of equipment. And I've loaded that up. This is 40-pound diamond Generation 3 braid. Diamond Fishing Products make some really limp, soft, supple braid. Not only gives you smooth casts, but it's less problematic overall. It's an 8-strand braid. It served me well, and in fact I used their presentation 40-pound leader here as well. So let's talk about, we've got the rod and reel, the delivery system. Let's talk about the business end here. The one thing that I have found that has helped me the most out here is you can't tie just any knot to the leader. And a lot of you would say, well, why do you even need leader? You could go directly to the jig here. That is true. But a lot of the fish that you're catching, you've got to peel that grass off, as you saw in the video. And if you're holding on to that braid, you will get cut unless you have a gloved hand. So I like to have about 30 inches of actual fluorocarbon leader. So the knot of choice out here, so that it moves through that grass and doesn't really wad and bunch it up, is this one here. You either have to tie the FG knot or you have to tie the SC knot. And you'll notice that I like to leave a tag on mine. It's not a lack of confidence. It's just that I like to know that I can pull as hard as I want. It can rip through stuff, and I got enough tag to keep anything from unraveling. So this has done well for me. We've caught a lot of fish on it. Then I add, like I said, about 30 inches, excuse me, that cold, woo, 30 inches a leader, fluorocarbon leader. And then you'll notice down here that I have, look close, this is a bobber stop, or just a regular bullet weight stop that you can buy commercially from any tackle store. I get my stuff from sodiumusa.com, so you can buy these. They're easy to put on. I'll do a video just on how to utilize these. Then I'm using a Fitzgerald. This is basically a 3/8 to 1/2 ounce bullet weight. I can't remember which one I have on here. Usually I use half. It's a tungsten weight, and it allows me to make a nice smooth swing with this heavy action rod, because you can't have it too light. And then I've got the BKK. These are some sharp hooks, sharp and strong. This is the BKK. This is their Chimera 4-aught. Super Slide is the technology that they use when they coat this bad boy. It does a great job sliding these kicker crabs in, because the kicker crab, what I like about this bait, especially out here, is because it has such a flat-sided back of the body here, and you can see there's like a little keel to it when you're using a crab. All right, so it hits the water, and then you can pull, like I'll slide it out, and then you'll pull it back, and it just kind of swims. That articulating paddle just gives it that wag like that, and then you can just, and it's nice and smooth going across the grass. When they see that going across the top of that grass and they're swimming, they immediately hit it. Why the crab? Why not another profile? You could use jerk shads out here. You could use paddle tails out here. Of course you could. This is kind of a hybrid between both of them. And almost every redfish we have caught out here in the ponds around Venice, you'll notice crabs coming out of them. They're either coughing them up or they're coming out the other end, but crab parts, that's what they're eating. And lots of times when we're grabbing that grass and we're trying to get it off the braid and the line, we notice that when that grass is hitting the deck, there's little tiny quarter-sized crabs running all over the place. So it works for them. So the crab is definitely it. Now let me show you how I rig this. I like to come in the very top of my crab bait, just like so, come out like a quarter, and then I'm going to slide it all the way up till it's right up against the bullet weight head. Find the natural point of entry, and then just press down. Comes right out the top, just like so. And now I'm completely set up. I mean, ready to go. This is a 4-inch bait. The natural colors is what I prefer, but I don't think that is nearly as big a deal. I know a lot of guys that like to take a colorized dip and dip the claw and make it chartreuse, which would work extremely well out here. But to me, the whole idea of the pitch technique is to be able to pitch and land the bait soft, because your bait is penduluming over the water and landing soft. So you're not making an overhand cast. You're not doing anything that would create a splat on the water. And believe it or not, it is Louisiana, but these fish have been fished enough now where they do get, some days a little testy. They get a little challenging to catch. But if you can master that little slided out pitch cast like Bobby displayed, you can really hit these fish, and then you've got a real stick to land them. All right, if you like what you're learning here on FlatsClass YouTube, give me that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. We need you here each and every day, because we drop new videos every day. So while I'm out here in Louisiana, I'm going to try to drop some more knowledge like this one here. That's a great tip on you. But we'll be back in Florida soon talking about those snooks. So for the rest of this month, probably be a lot of redfish videos, but we'll see. I've got some black drum tips coming up, and we've even got some Jack Crevalle tips coming up. So anyhow, that's all I've got for now. Until next time, you guys keep those rods bent, and we'll keep the videos coming.